this point.
Give it a shot. Say it. You were when I came on.
Okay, again, as I said, expressed the other day, for some time now, Joe has wanted to have an opportunity to express his remorse for the incident that occurred, a few years ago. So, working through it, the last few days and in his legal situation, the way it all has transpired, it's finally time for him to have an opportunity to do that. So, Joe, you want to come on up and address everybody?
Well, I'm here for a situation that occurred about 2.5 years ago. Basically, I'm just here, to basically apologize to Miss Molitor. Like I said, I'm here to apologize to Miss Molitor. I apologize to Coach Stoops. I apologize to, President Bourne, the AD, my teammates. Most of all, my family. I let a lot of people down. Apologize to my mother. My mother, growing up, my mother, she used to work hard, single parent, 2 brothers, 3 sisters, 16 nieces and nephews. They all look up to me. Like I said, it's never okay. Never okay to, retaliate and hit a woman, the way I did. And, like I said, I'm here to apologize to everybody who was affected by, my mother. Like I said, she worked hard and, I disappointed her. And, she's my queen. And, I apologize to you, Mom. You mean everything to me. Family. But at this point, I'm willing to take anybody questions. For whoever got a question, I'm, here to answer right now.
Joe, you could have, when this situation occurred, Joe, you were good enough, you could have gone anywhere in the country and transferred, but you decided to stay at OU. And it might have been easier if you'd gone somewhere else, but you decided to stay here. So talk about your decision to stay at OU.
Man, honestly, Coach Stoops, our academic program, our coaches, our players, President Bourne, they all forgave me, and, what I did. Some things came with it, had some things I had to do, to, fulfill a couple of requirements, to get back, to have a second chance to get on a team. And, I had 100 hours of community service, had counseling, still, to this day, seek it, for my own benefit. I just, whatever I'm trying to do, they gave me an opportunity and a second chance. And like I said, I'm willing to, do anything I could, to, make, myself better, as a person and, player on the field.
What do you think it's so long to issue this apology?
I had a couple, older legal team, to basically say, best to keep quiet at this point. I've been, told them, it's always best, I didn't want to wait so long, but at the same time, I was advised, to keep my mouth closed, and now I'm here, to this day, still trying to apologize.
Can you talk about what the conversation was like with your mother, who are obviously feeling bad because you affected her with this? Can you talk about when she saw that video, what that conversation was like?
Honestly, I feel like that's kind of personal, for my mother's sake. But, I'm here to talk about, that night. Like I said, Miss Molitor, I apologize. If I had any chance, I ask, for your forgiveness. And that's the next question.
Some people think that she should apologize to you. What do you think of that?
Like I said, I'm here to do, what's best for me. And, and I felt like I had to get that out from my chest, for the last 2.5 years. And that's what I'm doing now.
Released the video when you did, and Bob said he wished that it would have come out sooner. Did you wish that it would have come out sooner?
Yes, I definitely wish it would have came out sooner, for the best of everybody. But at the same time, I can't do nothing but thank Coach Stoops, for the second chance he gave me. Can't do nothing but thank, President Bourne and my teammates, for, sticking by me, doing whatever they could.
How difficult was it that year you were suspended to hang at OU, to not be a part of the football team in any way? How difficult was that first year here at OU?
Well, it was very difficult. It was tough. Honestly, it haunted me, still haunts me till this day. I dream about it. If I could, if I could go back, I'd do whatever I could, to change the outcome of that situation. Definitely would have walked or ran away and went about the situation differently. I wouldn't have been in that situation. And now I wouldn't be in that situation, and that's pretty much about it.
What do you want the fans to know about the person that they saw in that video 2 years ago compared to the person that's standing
At the time, like you guys know, I was 17, 18 years old. I was young. Right now, I'm 20 years old. I've grown up a lot, over these past 2.5, 3 years that I've been at OU. And like I said, I can't do nothing but, thank Coach Stoops, for, giving me a second chance and having me prove to everyone that, I deserve it.
Have you leaned on your teammates during the last 2.5 years, and just how have they helped you through this?
Man, my teammates, man, my teammates, they know how much they mean to me. Like, all the leaders, people that's not leaders, they mean so much to me. They done did everything they could, everything that, I ever asked for, they basically guided me, led me in the right direction, and did whatever I could, basically to, lead, in the way I do, on and off the field, and I try to do whatever I can, just to be a leader. And, that's what our coaches teach, on and off the field, be a leader. And, that's, what I'm willing to do. I've been doing it for the last 2 years, ever since the incident. And, I'm still looking to do it even more.
You watched video of the incident shortly after it occurred. What was going through your mind?
I mean, honestly, like I said, we're here to talk about that night. And I apologize to Miss Molitor again. And, I apologize. I regret what happened, and I'm sorry. I don't know how else to put it.
You had originally told police that Ms. Molitor started it by blowing smoke in your face. Do you stand by that?
Honestly, it really don't matter, what she did that night. It's all on me, the reason why, I'm in this position right now, and I take full responsibility on what happened that night. And it's never okay, to hit a woman, never. And, I would preach that to anybody. It's never okay. And, hopefully, people around the world, learn, from my mistake, and I'm willing to teach.
Talked about the community service and counseling that you had to go through as part of your plea. Can you talk about how those things have helped you over the last couple of years? And I think you mentioned that you're still going through some counseling.
Yeah, I'm still, seeking out counseling. I've done, a well job. At least, what they tell me. I appreciate, them working with me. We worked a lot, and we did everything, we had to do, to come this far. And I feel like, from what they say, I've done a good job from it.
How has being on campus been for you since?
Do you think that staying with this football team, the second chance that Coach Stoops gave you, do you think it really helped you grow? How did that help you redeem yourself through this process?
Well, honestly, it helped me grow a lot. Mentally, physically and emotionally, and I got to know a lot about myself over these last, 2.5 years. When times get tough, never give up, on yourself. Lean on the people that's there for you. And like I said, I honestly, grateful for my second chance. And like I said, I never gave up, and just keep going from there.
Joe, were you aware what this did to your reputation the year or two after it happened? I mean, why I asked about why release it on Friday, you're going through, probably get some feedback from the NFL. Are you learning more and more about how this has affected the perception that people have of you?
Man, honestly, I'm not worried about the NFL right now. I'm totally right now committed to the team. I haven't made a decision. I'm focused on January 2nd on, beating Auburn.
Joe, you had an incident with a parking attendant about a month ago. Can you tell us anything about that?
First off, I made a mistake. Shouldn't have ripped the ticket and threw it on the ground. That's on me, and I apologize, to the, the women that I affected right there, and that's it.
Joe, have you ever hit a woman at any other time in your life?
No, ma'am.
Joe, when the video came out and the public saw it, you had to return to practice, and you guys have been practicing for the Sugar Bowl since. Have you been able to focus? Has it affected practice at all? Has practice been the same for you?
You know what? It's affected me a lot. Like I said, mentally and emotionally. Like I said, I can't do nothing but thank my teammates, for lifting up my spirits and, just, wanting me to come out and go hard for them, every day. And that's how I feel like that's, honestly how I give back to them. I can't, lead, I can only lead by example, on and off the field, by words, by my actions. And, honestly, I'm willing to do anything for my teammates.
People on campus don't know you nearly as well as your teammates do. How have the people on campus responded to you since that video came out?
Honestly, I really don't know because, I really haven't been paying attention to it. But, at the same time, like I said, just lean on the people that's always been there for me. And that's pretty much about it.
Joe, what would you today tell yourself in that situation 2.5 years ago?
Man, honestly, I wouldn't have been in that situation. Like I said, I regret it. Every day I got to live with it, got to sleep with it, go on and on. Like I said, it haunts me till this day. I mean, like I said, if I could take it all back, I would. There's no way in that, in that environment, period, or with a person, period, a male or a female, you should get, that, aggressive, whatever. And it's no way you should, hit a female, period. Even a male, but at the end of the day, there's no way you should hit a female, period. And I reacted wrong. And like I said, I apologize to Ms. Molitor and, the people that it affected, the fans, her family, my family, and that's it.
Were you intoxicated that night?
Sir, I don't drink, I don't smoke. You ask anybody, never did it before.
Joe, what do you say to the people and the criticism that's out there now because of what happened that Bob Stoops runs a program that tolerates violence against women?
Can you repeat that question,
What do you
please?
say to people out there that are criticizing the program right now that Bob Stoops tolerates a program that tolerates violence against women in his program?
I mean, honestly, I can only speak for myself. Never got in trouble like that ever before in my life. Like I said, I own up to it. There's no way I should have ever, put myself in that situation. There's no way I should ever, retaliated like that. And, basically, like I said, I'm grateful I got another opportunity, to prove myself, the person I am. And, just got to get, people to know me.
Willing to speak as an example in the future to advocacy groups or violence, violence against women groups? Ray Rice, for instance, is openly speaking about his incident. I know it's two different cases, but he's trying to, use what he did as an example to do better moving forward and be somewhat of an advocate. Would you be willing to do that?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely willing to do that. I think I got an opportunity to do that, and, I'm going to seize it, seize the moment, do whatever I can, to be that person, the bigger person, and, the man that I should be, and, just be that influence for young kids, that's lost out there. And, really in certain situations how I was in, hopefully I could teach them, the next time how to react a certain type of way. And, basically just like I said, teach them. But I'll definitely be willing to, speak to, those type of groups.
Thought about or talked?
Excuse me. I'm sorry. What's the community service that you did?
Just going around schools, going around Little League teams, like football, basketball. I had, some youth teams back home that I spoke to a lot. And, the kids, just them by watching me, growing up, I was so, much of a role model to them. And they all looked up to me. And I'm sure, it was around, I'm sure it was other kids around the world that looked up to me. I made a bad choice that night. And like I said, I apologize to everyone that affected. And, all I ask, for the young kids, is for a second chance, to prove myself and do whatever, what I can to make things right.
Just to clarify, that's the community service that you did do?
Excuse me?
That's the community service you did do?
Yes, sir.
Joe,
a certain way about a situation when it's happening, but how did you feel as you cleared your head and then had to watch the video for the first time, what went through
Can
your
you,
mind?
can you repeat yourself, please?
What went through your mind when you saw the video yourself for the first time after you gotten away from the situation, you cleared your head, and then you had to watch what happened?
I mean, like I said, I mean, I couldn't do nothing but apologize, you know, to Miss Molitor for my actions. I take full responsibility for it. You know, I can't express enough how sorry I am. You know, I'm hoping, you know, one day I could, you know, apologize to her, you know, face to face, you know, and, you know, ask her for my forgiveness.
Going back to the parking attendant incident, what would you say to people who say that that shows a pattern of anger management issues and that you haven't learned from what happened?
Like I said, I mean, it was just a, you know, frustration deal. You know, first ticket you ever got, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure a lot of people, you know, I don't know how, you know, people react, but at the end of the day, should have, you know, just took the ticket, you know, smiled and said thank you and walked away.
Joe, have you talked about or thought about or talked with anybody else about specifics about some of the stuff like Garen was asking, being a spokesman for this issue?
Yes, I definitely, you know, asked around. You know, we got things set up, you know, for me to do. And, you know, just, I mean, when the time is right, you know, we're going to go ahead, sit down, get things, you know, figured out. And I'm definitely going to, you know, take the time, you know, throughout the day, whatever I got to do, you know, to, like I said, you know, hear, you know, make people hear me.
Joe, Brenda Tracy came to the campus in August. How positive of an effect was that trip for you here going forward?
Oh man, Brenda, she was awesome. She was awesome. She touched a lot of people on our team. It was a sad story, you know, that she went through, and I feel for her. But you know, I can't do nothing but thank her, you know, for her her willingness, you know, to, you know, speak to us and the team, and you know, have basically whereabouts on, you know, problems around the world, because it ain't just on campuses. It's just, you know, it's the world. But, you know, Brenda, she did a wonderful job, and, you know, I applaud her for that, and thank you.
Does it bother you or worry you that no matter what you say or do moving forward, people are always going to know you for what you did in that video?
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just here, you know, basically to, you know, ask people, you know, for me, you know, to get a second chance. I mean, like I said, I apologize, you know, again to Miss Molitor, you know, her family, the people I affected, fans around the football world, and you know, I ask for your forgiveness, and you know, hopefully I could, you know, get a second chance from you guys.
Have you attempted to reach out to her and attempt to apologize to her personally, like you said you want to do?
Yes, I actually wanted to do that, but like I said, with the, you know, the things going on and, you know, cases, just wasn't the right timing.
You said you have no timeline for what you're going to do next year. You haven't made that decision yet.
Correct.
But do you have a timeline for when you're going to make that decision, or can you assess what factors will weigh on your mind as you do it?
I mean, like I said, I'm really not focused, you know, on the NFL at all right now. I got things I got to do here, you know, in Oklahoma. I got a team, you know, we got to prepare, you know, and get ready for this game. And that's pretty much about it.
On Wednesday, Coach Stoops said that nowadays that punishment of just a year's suspension wouldn't be enough. What did you think about that, and have you talked to him about it?
Honestly, I didn't hear or see Coach Stoops' press conference. Like I said, I can only thank him for the second chance he gave me the first time. You know, and I appreciate it, and I'm doing everything I can, you know, to, you know, be a better person, better teammate, and, you know, better citizen, you know, around campus and around the world.
Did you expect that there would be quite a bit of an outroar when this tape finally got out, especially last week when you're determining when to make it public?
Can you repeat that again, please?
Did you expect that there would be this kind of national attention toward this video when it came out?
Honestly, I say yes. And I understand why. And like I said, I can only apologize to, you know, the people that it affected. And I'm sorry, you know, for what happened that night. You know, like I said, if I could do it all over again, I would. Wouldn't be there. You know, I would have left. And like I said, to Miss Molitor, I apologize. And, you know, I'm asking for your forgiveness.
It's on your record, and you have a certain level of fame, you're probably going to make a lot of money in your life, but how prepared are you to possibly be a target for people as you go out and deal?
Honestly, I'm not that type of person to just go out all the time. You know, when people see me, you know, they show love and I show love right back. But that's just me. I mean, I don't know about other people, but, you know, like I said, when people go out and make their way, you know, to greet me and, you know, tell me hello, I'm always, you know, doing the right things. How you doing? You know, basically, you know, having conversation. I've always been, you know, a people person, you know, to have a conversation with them. And that's pretty much how I go about things.
After you went through, you know, the media day at the Orange Bowl last year, how hard did that make it that you still couldn't apologize? You still couldn't be here doing what you're doing today?
Man, honestly, it sucked. Knowing that I couldn't really say too many things at the Orange Bowl. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I was young. Like I said, I still was advised, you know, to keep my mouth closed. But at the end of the day, right now, I'm here. And, you know, like I said, I apologize to Ms. Molitor.
Plan to sit down with your attorneys and saying, look, I have to be able to say something as opposed to just being silent?
Well, I mean, I actually took the initiative, you know, to go to them and tell them, like, man, like, I mean, this got to be a day where it comes to where, you know, I make my apology. You know, it's not that I wasn't hiding nothing, you know. I've been wanting to say something, but at the end of the day, you know, I was just doing what I was asked.
Do that? When did you go to them and say this needs to happen?
It's been a while, you know, ever since pretty much being back in football, really.
Has any part of your counseling included anger management classes?
Excuse me?
Has any part of your counseling included anger management courses?
It's like a mix-up, really. I said it's like a mix-up, really.
Looking back, do you think you deserved a second chance?
You know, like I said, I mean, from Coach Stoops, I mean, I'm grateful, you know, that I got a second chance with him, my teammates, you know, the university, and, you know, the people that, you know, is here for me. And, you know, I appreciate, you know, them for giving me a second chance. And, you know, I'm just here, you know, to hope I can get a second chance from everybody else.
Joe, you ever second guess your decision right
Excuse
now?
me?
If you could speak to Ms. Molitor today, what would you say?
Honestly, you know, I really say that, you know, I really apologize. You know, I can't express enough how sorry I am. I really am sorry. I apologize. I mean, like I said, I can't express enough how sorry I am, and, you know, just for her to forgive me.
Joe, have you ever second guessed your decision to stay here instead of transferring?
Honestly, I did, but at the end of the day, I wasn't going to run from, you know, what happened. I thought it was only right, you know, to stick by, you know, Coach Stoops, because, you know, when he came to my parents' house, you know, he told them he was going to, you know, have me, you know, in his corner, and you going to, you know, protect me like I'm one of his. And he did that to everybody on our team. And, you know, when you make a commitment, you know, you stick with it. And, you know, like I said, I'm only grateful, you know, the second chance that Coach Stu gave me, and I'm, you know, trying to do everything I can, you know, to be the best person I am and the best, you know, teammate I am.
All right, thanks, Joe.